Let me guess, you've been told to skip the daily coffee, right? Cut out avocado toast? Stop enjoying literally anything and you'll magically become rich? Yeah, that's garbage advice. The real reason you're broke has nothing to do with your $5 latte. In fact, the people giving you that advice are the same ones keeping you trapped in financial mediocrity. Today, I'm breaking down the 3 actual mistakes that keep people broke forever, and more importantly, the tiny daily improvements that will compound into life-changing wealth. We're talking real math, real examples, and one specific action you're taking today. No motivational BS. Let's go. Mistake number 1, treating emergencies as surprises. Here's the thing nobody tells you. Life is designed to drain your bank account. Your car will break down. Your laptop will die. Your tooth will crack. These aren't emergencies, they're certainties. But most people treat them like natural disasters they couldn't possibly prepare for. So what happens? You get hit with an $800 car repair, you don't have it, so you slam it on a credit card at 24% interest. Now you're not just paying $800, you're paying $800 plus interest every single month you carry that balance. Let's do the actual math on this. You have a $5,000 credit card at 22% APR. You make the minimum payment of $150 per month. Want to know how long it takes to pay off? Over 5 years. Want to know how much you actually pay? $8,920. You literally paid $3,920 in interest. That's almost double what you originally spent. This is what I call the broke tax. You end up paying way more for everything because you're constantly reacting instead of preparing. Here's the tiny daily improvement. Starting today, automate $5 per day into a separate savings account. You won't even notice it's gone. That's 1 coffee, 1 parking fee, 1 impulse purchase you don't remember anyway. In 90 days, you'll have $450. In 6 months, $900. That's enough to handle most emergencies without touching a credit card. But here's where it gets interesting. Let's say you keep this up for just 2 years. That's $3,650. Now you're not just covering emergencies, you're breaking the cycle entirely. No more credit card interest, no more payday loans, no more broke tax. The compound effect isn't just in the money, it's in your stress levels, your decision-making, your ability to actually build wealth instead of constantly plugging holes. Mistake number 2, accepting debt as normal. We've been brainwashed to think debt is just part of life. Car payments? Normal. Credit card balances? Everyone has them. Student loans? Well, that's just the price of education, right? Wrong. Debt is the single biggest wealth killer on the planet. And I'm not talking about mortgages or a strategic business debt. I'm talking about the normalized consumer debt that's bleeding you dry. Here's what they don't teach you in school. Every dollar you pay in interest is a dollar that can't compound in your favor. It's compounding in someone else's favor, the bank's. Let me show you the real cost of normal debt. Average American has $6,000 in credit card balances at 20% interest. If you just pay minimums, you're paying about $1,200 per year in interest alone. That's $100 per month disappearing into thin air. Now let's flip the script. What if instead of paying that $100 per month to the bank, you invested it at a conservative 8% annual return? Year 5, $7,348. Year 10, $18,295. Year 20, $58,902. Year 30, $149,036. Read that again. By age 55, that $100 per month becomes $149,036. But instead, most people give it to Chase or Capital One. Here's your tiny daily improvement. Today, you're going to do what I call the debt avalanche micro habit. Open your banking app right now. Yes, right now. and set up a recurring payment to your highest interest debt for just $3 per day. That's $90 per month. Why $3? Because it's so small you can't rationalize saying no. You spend more than that on junk you don't remember buying. But here's the magic. That extra $90 per month on a $6,000 credit card balance at 20% interest cuts your payoff time from 20 years to 3.5 years. You save over $10,000 in interest. And once that card is paid off, you redirect that payment to the next debt, then the next. This is called the avalanche method, and it's how regular people eliminate 6 figures of debt. The compound effect here isn't just financial, it's psychological. Every debt you eliminate frees up mental bandwidth, reduces stress, and gives you more oxygen to make better decisions. Mistake number 3, waiting to have enough before investing. This is the one that kills me the most. People say, I'll start investing when I make more money. I'll start when I have my debt paid off. I'll start when I have $1,000 saved. Meanwhile, they're watching Netflix, that's $15 a month, buying lottery tickets, that's $20 a week, and ordering DoorDash 3 times a week, that's $100 plus a week. You don't have a money problem, you have a priority problem. Here's the brutal truth. If you're not investing, you're going backwards. Inflation is around 3% per year. Your savings account pays what, 0.5%? You're literally losing 2.5% of your purchasing power every single year. But most people think investing is for rich people. They think you need thousands to start. They're scared of the stock market, so they do nothing. Let me destroy this myth with actual numbers. Person A starts investing $50 per month at age 25. They do this until 65. Person B waits until 35 to start but invests $100 per month until 65. Both get 8% average returns. Who ends up with more? Person A, $175,714. Person B, $149,036. Person A invested $24,000 total. Person B invested $36,000 total. Yet Person A ends up with $26,000 more, even though they invested $12,000 less. That's the power of time. That's compound growth. And that's what you're missing every single day you wait. Here's your tiny daily improvement. Today, and I mean literally today, you're opening a Roth IRA or a simple index fund investment account. Fidelity, Vanguard, Charles Schwab, they all let you start with 0 minimum balance. You're setting up an automatic investment of $2 per day. That's $60 per month, less than 2 streaming subscriptions. You're putting it in a simple S&P 500 index fund, and you're never touching it. No checking it every day, no panicking when the market dips. You're letting compound growth do its thing. Let's see what happens. Year 10, $10,990. Year 20, $34,835. Year 30, $88,840. Year 40, $208,461. $2 per day. And here's the compound effect nobody talks about. Once you see this working, you'll naturally want to increase it. That $2 becomes $5. That $5 becomes $10. Not because some guru told you to, but because you've seen the proof in your own account. You're building a wealth identity, not just a wealth strategy. The challenge. Okay, here's where the rubber meets the road. You've got 3 tiny improvements. Automate $5 a day to emergency savings. Add $3 a day extra to your highest interest debt. Invest $2 a day in an index fund. That's $10 per day total. That's 1 lunch out. That's 2 coffees. That's 1 impulse Amazon purchase. But here's what it becomes over 30 years if you just do not quit. Emergency fund. You'll never pay the broke tax again. Debt payments. You'll be completely debt-free in under 5 years. Investments. You'll have $88,840 plus growing on autopilot. Meanwhile, the person who ignored this advice is still making minimum payments, still broke, still stressed, wondering why they can't get ahead. Here's your challenge. Before this video ends, you're doing one of these 3 things. Not all 3 if that's overwhelming, just one. Open that savings account. Make that extra debt payment. Open that Roth IRA. Pick the one that feels most urgent and do it now. Because here's the secret nobody tells you about compound growth. It doesn't start when you feel ready or when you have enough. It starts the day you start. And every day you delay is a day of growth you'll never get back. The people who stay broke forever aren't lazy or stupid. They're just running on a treadmill that's designed to keep them broke. But tiny daily improvements, they compound, they stack, they turn into massive results that seem impossible from where you're standing right now. So which one are you doing today? Drop it in the comments. Accountability makes it real. And if you want more no BS financial strategies that actually work, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I drop new videos every week on how to build real wealth without the guru nonsense. Now get off YouTube and go set up that automation. I'll see you in the next one.